Hey guys, so we're back and Christmas is coming up very, very soon. Actually, Black Friday is closer than Christmas at this point.
Which is just as exciting.
It is.
Because we buy stuff for ourselves, not for Christmas.
Just
it's a good
in
deal.
general. But the thing is, we're in Canada, as most of you probably know if you watched our previous videos. And Canada didn't really have Black Friday before. Black Friday wasn't really anything that we cared about at all. It was all about Boxing Day, which for those of you in America who don't know, it's the day after Christmas. Now,
which is insane.
Yes, it is. But I think it's becoming less and less important now because Black Friday has started moving north. And we're getting all these crazy deals now for the Thanksgiving that we don't celebrate.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but at the same time awesome because the prices that I've seen so far are pretty exciting. The thing I really want is PlayStation Plus at $30 again.
But that was Boxing Day.
It was Boxing Day. I got PlayStation Plus, $30 Boxing Day. I wanted to get 2 of them. I'm like, no, just wait for next Boxing Day. I probably should have gotten 2. In fact, I probably should have gotten 5 so I could have 5 years of PlayStation Plus and not think about it because they stack. I don't know if you knew that. The codes actually stack. If you enter 2 codes for 1 year, you'll get 2 years and it won't expire for 2 years.
Really?
Yeah. That's why we probably should have bought 5 codes and just been done with it. But we didn't, so now I'm hoping for another sale, and if there is another one, I probably am going to buy more than just one. But it's not looking good. I did see the Xbox Live ones for $10 off, but that's like $10.
Nothing. That's nothing.
Who cares?
20 or nothing.
I am 30. 20? Oh yeah, because Sony's is $49.99 before discount. Microsoft's is $59.99. I don't know why Microsoft's is more expensive. It's not like the services are that different.
They're clearly superior.
Not anymore, you know. I have to say that they're on par. They're both actually. I don't even like the interface on Xbox One. I hate it.
I like it.
I can't even navigate it. Every time I go on there, I'm like, okay, I want to play a game. How do I play a game? Play game. No, there's no play game. Oh, this tile? No, this is like some sort of preview for my game that shows me what it is about, but it's not actually the game. It's the most frustrating interface ever.
No, there's that tile. There's the tile down in the corner that you can click, and it's the game, and it takes you to the game. If you've already started the game and you've went back to the home screen, the big tile, you can go back through there, and it will take you back to where you left off in the game.
See, everything you just said sounds way too confusing for me to actually do. I don't know what, I don't even understand.
My name's John and I'm 5.
I just want to play. I just want a button that says play or a picture of the game box, and then I click the box and I can play my game. That's it. It's not hard, but Microsoft managed to completely mess it up. I really hate the interface. But they did recently release a game that we managed to obtain. Well, we didn't manage to obtain it, we bought it.
We hacked into some stuff and shipped it to us for free at no cost.
Plus $60.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we got it on sale. I think we bought it during E3. They had this really cool sale where you get like $20 off
we
each
basically
title.
we did get it for free.
We did! It's insane. I can't believe this. But Sunset Overdrive, it's actually quite fun.
Eat this.
Why? The smell of new plastic is very appealing.
It is.
Sunset Overdrive, I said it's fun, which it is, but it has its flaws. So let's start with what's good about it first. You go ahead.
I love how fluid it is and how crazy it is.
It's very fluid in terms of the animations, in terms of how you travel around the world. It's great. It's really hard not to be moving around constantly in this game. Like they make it hard to stop moving, which is great because the whole concept and premise of the game is to be moving around constantly.
Yes.
The problem I have with the movement is that it's not really fast enough sometimes. Sometimes you feel like you want to go faster and you feel like the game's just holding you back because it doesn't want you to go too fast. I understand the reasoning. Probably because of the enemies. Like, you want to make sure that you'll be able to hit the enemies while you're moving around on all this crazy stuff. You
have to be able to aim and shoot them.
Yeah, but at the same time, I kind of just want to travel around the world and not shoot things sometimes and just go really, really fast, and it feels like the game doesn't want me to do that, which is frustrating. The story, I didn't hear much about the story. I didn't actually read many reviews, but I didn't hear anyone say anything about the story when they were talking about Sunset Overdrive, and it's actually pretty good. Maybe not so much in the plot, but in those little moments that they have where they're making fun of themselves and making fun of the industry in general.
Yeah.
Which I think there's 2 moments that really stood out to me. And I guess spoiler alert, if you haven't played the game, it's not
Spoiler alert.
It's not really a spoiler, but anyways. There's one point where you climb up and you go see this tech guy, and he has a gun pointed at your face, and he's like, "What do you got?" And he's like, "Well, actually, I got a whole arsenal of guns." And he points at the screen, and then the character that has the gun pointed at you looks back, he's like, "Oh man, that's a lot of guns," you know? So it's that kind of moment for me was actually pretty hilarious, because you never see, in every single game you play, you always have your character who's either had a gun pointed at him or something's happening, and you're like, why am I doing this? I have a whole arsenal of guns to shoot with, and I'm not using them. So I thought that was really funny. And the second moment was, I can't remember. Oh yeah, you're talking to this girl that you're with, and she suddenly says, I'm just going to disappear now, and it's going to be completely normal. Like, it's something that's actually completely ordinary within this world. So I was just like, obviously I'm paraphrasing. Their lines are far better than my inability to remember their lines. But it's just great how, you know, when you're playing a game and you have a cutscene, all of a sudden the character's gone, and in the next scene you're like, where did they go? They just randomly teleported to another location.
Or when you're talking with the girl to the guy back at the base.
Yeah, and then she's like, how are you talking to this guy?
Wait, how are we talking to him if we don't have any phones or
a radio?
Radio?
And he's like, I don't know.
Don't ruin it.
Yeah.
Don't ruin the plot, like whatever.
I don't remember what it says. We're not remembering the lines very well, because it was actually like a week ago that we played this, but...
Duh, because it came out like a week ago.
Yes.
Like 2 weeks ago.
But it's those type of moments when the game's making fun of itself that are actually the highlights for me. Like, I was laughing at this. I don't laugh at many games anymore. It's kind of hard to find something funny about them, but it works. It really works.
Casually potty mouth they are.
Yes, they're very potty mouthed. If you're under 18 and you don't like hearing swearing, or if you're over 18 and you don't like hearing swearing, you probably shouldn't buy this game.
Well, you can bleep it, but then
you
just
could
have to
bleep
hear bleeps.
But the bleeps ruin it, I think. I haven't actually bleeped it. Like, I was going to, and Brianna told me the feature was there. I'm like, I don't know if I feel comfortable with all this swearing, because I think the kids were around briefly right before their bedtime. And it wasn't too bad at the beginning, so I was like, okay, it's fine. Then the kids went to bed, and it really kicked into gear afterwards. I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to mute this. Then, as I was going to mute it, I'm like, no, I don't really want to. And then, I don't remember what you said.
It's really fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
It's good cussing. I mean, I don't know. It's how everyone normally cusses when they cuss, if you cuss.
Exactly. It doesn't feel forced.
Yeah.
In a lot of video games, you have swearing, and it feels very forced. It feels like it doesn't belong. In this game, it just feels like, yeah, they're talking and they're swearing, and it works. It's not a big deal. There's a Samuel L. Jackson voice guy.
It's not Samuel L. Jackson.
It's a voice alike.
Not at all.
He sounds very, very similar to Samuel L. Jackson, so that works. I like hearing that. I kind of wish it was Samuel L. Jackson, because I feel like he would fit perfectly in a game like this, because, you know, he was in a movie with snakes on a plane.
He'd probably also be a ton of money.
Yeah, it probably would be way too much money, so that would never happen. But overall, I think the voice acting is decent. The story is fun, because it doesn't take itself seriously. And the gameplay, the movement, which is what the game is all about, moving around in different areas, is very fluid.
Mm-hmm.
So the only negative I have that really bothered me, again, was the speed of the game. I want it to be faster. Oh, multiplayer sucks. Don't even touch multiplayer.
Don't touch multiplayer. He got so upset that he could not find his way out of multiplayer.
You can't leave.
Even though it stated, go to a photo booth.
It doesn't matter. You shouldn't have to go to a photo booth to leave multiplayer. You are trapped in multiplayer in this game. If you go through this photo booth to get into a multiplayer mode, you can't leave until you find a photo booth. I'm sorry, but that is broken navigation. You should be able to press start, quit multiplayer, and go back to your single player campaign. That is the dumbest decision I've ever seen, ever. Only having one way to leave multiplayer. Sure, it's great. If you want to stay within the game and go to the phone booth, fine, do it. You can do that way. I don't mind. But give me the option to leave right away, because I felt trapped. I'm like, what am I doing, first of all? Second of all, the way they present multiplayer is terrible. They have like a bunch of screens just flashing, fading to black, flashing, fading to black, giving you instructions and everything, and you really just don't care. You lose interest once it fades to black so many times. You have so many cuts that you're just like, this is too jarring for me. I don't even know what's going on. And I thought it was just me, but I hear over the microphone people are like, what are we doing? Guys, oh, I can't even get to this place in time. What's going on? This is dumb. Yeah, it's completely dumb. Don't even touch multiplayer. But the single player is fun.
It's fun if you're playing it.
Yeah. I think
there were times where
asleep.
I was going in and out, and I'm like, oh, he's just sliding again.
Yeah.
Just sliding around again.
But,
oh, something's happening.
But then when Brianna played, you realize that it was actually a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun when you're actually playing it.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch, too. I'm a fan of watching games. It's typically what I do, because if I try and play a game, he complains. So I'm used to it, and I did like watching it, but it got tiring.
Yeah, I think overall, though, in terms of the jumping and fluidity and being able to go from one building to another in one pole or whatever you're on to another, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. I mean, the animations are really well done. The transferring yourself from one position to another is very easy and very intuitive. And
it seemed like Infamous, kind of.
Yeah, it was like Infamous, but it gave you a lot more tools in terms of
Infamous
traversing
Second
the
Son,
territory.
to be specific, because that's when you were more.
Yeah, that's when you were more moving around the
Yeah.
world. But it definitely gave you. You're more in control in this game than you were in Infamous Second Son. Like you have the ability to climb any building, to go on anything, anywhere in the world. So yeah, I mean, overall, we're enjoying it so far. I still have to get back into it, but it drew me in
For
to a
7
point.
hours.
Yeah, like 7 hours straight. I just couldn't stop playing. I was like, what time is it? It was like midnight. I think we started playing at like 5 or 6 or something like that, and I could not believe how time flew by when I was playing this game. It doesn't happen very often for me, but I didn't want to stop playing, and I didn't realize how fast time was going by. So, take that for what it's worth. I think overall the game has something like an 82 Metacritic. I would take that with a grain of salt because
I never check reviews. I
yeah,
don't know
that's the thing. I think for Metacritic and stuff like that, sure, it'll give you a general idea that the game is either average or great or whatever, but if you enjoyed playing Infamous Second Son, or you just enjoy kind of open world exploration games where you have a lot of freedom and a lot of tools to do a bunch of fun stuff, then I think Sunset Overdrive is something you should check out. Especially considering there's a lot of cool and crazy weapons in the game, and there's also amps that you can use that let your character either turn into lightning as you're rolling. You have like a lightning roll, or you shoot fireballs with your melee. I'm just listing off a couple, but there's a ton of different amps that can do a bunch of different things. In order to use the amps, though, you have to kind of move. It encourages you to move around the world and jump on top of the rooftops and all the poles and whatever you want to. I'm calling them poles. It doesn't feel like the right word. Rails. That's the word I'm looking for. Jumping on all the rails and getting a lot of momentum. Because the more momentum you gain, the more powerful your amps are, etc., etc. So
But
the game is built around movement.
you also have to be able to get those things, you have to
complete
cook
some
it.
challenges.
You
Cook
can
it?
cook it
What do you mean?
in the vats.
Oh yeah, you have to do some challenges and actually get your amps. Like you collect some stuff, and it's just that stuff's kind of boring. But getting the amps is fun. Once you have them, and once you're using them against the horde of zombies, not really zombies.
OD.
They're called OD, I guess, for Overdrive. Anyway, some of the stuff is a bit cheesy, but overall, fun.
That's the point of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's made by Insomniac. These are guys that made Ratchet and Clank, and you know how many weapons and crazy combinations they have there. So you have that mixed in with open world exploration, and it's just fun. It's a fun experience that I think if you have an Xbox One, which not many people do, since the PlayStation 4 is selling it by like 5-1 at this point.
Xbox One doesn't have the Kinect anymore, and it's cheaper.
We'll see. This Christmas is make it or break it for me. Not for me, but for Microsoft and Xbox One. That's what I'll be judging it on. Because at this point, I think they've sold like 10 million PS4s, and they've only sold 3 million Xbox Ones. Those figures might not be accurate, so don't quote me on that. But at the same time, it's that kind of differential exists between sales.
Okay.
So Microsoft's time to shine is now, and they have a lot of cool bundles. They have a $349 bundle, I think, that includes 2 games for Black Friday. So if you're looking for an Xbox One, that's a pretty damn good deal. It's the best price for any console that actually matters right now.
Everyone should get one and play Just Dance.
I just casually mocked the Nintendo Wii U, even though we now have one.
Yeah, we made a video about it, but
we did, but it's not up yet. But we have a Wii U. It was bought for the girls, for our children. Yeah, we ended up playing it a little more than we should have.
He sucks at Mario Kart. I don't even know why.
Brianna's very good at Mario Kart. It's not even me that's bad at Mario Kart. You were just very good at Mario Kart.
I don't think so. I think anyone else would probably beat me. But
I don't know about that. You're quite good at Mario Kart. I just don't get it. I don't even understand it. I guess she's really good with. You're really good with the drifting. I'm not that good with the drifting. I just rely on my steering, and it doesn't always work that way. Especially on Rainbow Road. There's 3 different Rainbow Roads. Oh, and they released DLC that was really cool too.
And it's cool DLC.
It's actually cool DLC.
It's really exciting.
Yeah, they added 4 entirely new sets of tracks, which I think comes out to 12 or 16 tracks in total.
Yeah.
16 new tracks, 3 new characters, a bunch of new vehicles. It was pretty awesome.
And it's funny because we got the Link one,
yeah,
the DLC that just came out in November.
Yes.
He is too big for all the cars.
Yeah, so he has his
like
knees up. It's pretty cool.
It's really funny.
Yeah, the only thing is, I actually think that in terms of exclusives, and I feel like I'm going to regret saying this before I even say it, I think the Nintendo Wii U has the best exclusives at this point.
No.
No, I know, it's crazy. But really, they're great at first-party games. I mean, that's what Nintendo's all about. And you have Mario Kart 8, you have Super Smash Brothers that just came out, you have Super Mario 3D World as well. You have, I think, Splatoon's coming out next year. A lot of people are like, I don't know if Splatoon's going to be good. It looks fun. And they're all about fun. That's something that Nintendo always nails. And when we're playing Mario Kart 8, this is something that really bothers me with the Xbox One and the PS4. You can't really have 4-player games because they don't really make the games to have 4 players. Like 2 players, pretty standard. If that, you'll get 2 players. But with Nintendo, you always have those 4-player experiences. And
it's great for our children who like to reverse,
yes,
and then drive forward a little bit, and then
well,
reverse.
One of our children,
and then drive
Chloe,
forward a little bit.
She's the only one who can use it. Cora just kind of stares at the controller and hits it. Maybe she tries to move around the buttons, she has no idea what's going on. Chloe just reverses, like Brianna was saying, goes forward, reverses. She's like, I press A. I press A.
I did it.
She did it. Yeah, she just keeps saying that. We're just like, yep, you pressed A. You did it.
So well.
You're doing it.
No, you need to steer. No, I don't need to steer. I need to press A.
Yeah, that's what she says. She doesn't need to steer. She just needs to press A. It's really adorable, but kind of frustrating because you want her to actually play. And, yeah. I'm excited for her to be better at the game because I want to actually play and win and feel like it matters.
And
like,
you want to beat
not
her
matters,
because
but,
you can't beat me?
Well, I can beat Brianna easily. In battle mode, I'm pretty damn good. I'm a battle mode master. Okay, Brianna's really good at battle mode too, but whatever. It's fun. That's what's most important about it. I still think the gamepad is the dumbest thing ever. It's really not that. It's really not
it's heavy.
Interesting.
It's uncomfortable to hold.
It's not that uncomfortable to hold. I have to say, I was surprised.
You have big hands, though.
I don't have big hands. I have small hands.
You have small guy hands.
Yeah.
But you have bigger hands than me.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe that makes a difference in terms of holding that controller. But the screen, I could care less about it when I'm playing a game. Like, I will not look down at it at all. The only thing it's good for is playing a game when someone else is watching TV or playing another game. Like, if you want to play Xbox One and the Wii U at the same time, you can.
Yeah.
Which is really awesome.
Great with having children.
And also great when you have friends over or something, and maybe you're playing a game and they want to play something too, so they can play, like, the Wii U, and then you're playing with another friend. So it is great for that. But building a console around that whole concept, just having that as the only real benefit...
Yeah. That should have been an add-on for the Wii.
Yeah, I would have been happy with this. It definitely should have been an add-on. It shouldn't have been something that you had to buy. And I think I would have been happy with the Wii U if it was just a Wii 2. Like, they just had the sensor bar, they had a more powerful hardware, and that's it. That would have been enough for me, and I would have been satisfied with the Motion Plus maybe being a bit improved from the previous iteration of it, but that's it. So
that's the conclusion of the Wii U review.
Yeah, we did a Wii U review too. Sunset Overdrive, Wii U, but yeah.
Sunset Overdrive is fun. Go play.
It is very fun. Seriously, go play it, and if you feel up to it, you can buy a Wii U as well. Because as much as we ragged on it and we didn't really give it much credit for being anything worth getting, it is pretty fun in terms of the games that they have. I still stand pat on the fact that the controller is the dumbest thing.
It's just fun for me because I'm actually good at all those games.
Yeah.
And better than you.
Sometimes. No, but the graphics actually are a big leap from the Wii. Like, they're much, much better. Obviously, it's been like 8 years, but still, it's a big improvement. It's nice having Nintendo games in 1080p, and the graphics are really, good. Anyways, so yeah, that's the end of that. You should keep an eye on some Black Friday deals. I can't speak. You should keep an eye out for some Black Friday deals, and if you see Sunset Overdrive for like $29.99, which actually seems plausible because I don't know that the game sold that well, because not many people have an Xbox One, and it's an Xbox One exclusive, so keep an eye out for it. I think it could go down to $30 this Friday, or next Friday, I think. Yeah, next Friday. Right?
Yeah.
All right, so that's pretty much it. See you guys next time. Bye.